Hi, One Hour Smart Home here, and today we're going to show you how to replace an outdoor light fixture. So we've got this fixture here that's been for a while, it's faded, it's older, and we're going to update it with this new light fixture right here. They call this a barn light, but this will work for any type of outdoor light fixture that you want to install. So the first thing that you need to do is go ahead and make sure you turn the power off at the circuit breaker for your existing light. So we've done that. We turn the power off at the circuit breaker, and that means that we're going to be able to go ahead and work on it. So now what we're going to do is remove the screws that hold the light into position. Now we've got to remove two screws that are on the back here to remove the light fixture from its mount. So typically I just use a pair of pliers and twist these until I get them out. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Now we can pull the light fixture off its mount away from the wall. Now we've got the wiring exposed, and what we're going to do is we're just going to snip this wiring here. So you can see back here we've got a couple wire nuts that are holding those wires in place. We're just going to snip on this side of the wire nuts, the side that is connected to the actual light fixture, because we're going to go ahead and get rid of this light fixture. It's not going to be used anymore. Now, before I go snipping anything, what I like to do, just as an added measure of precaution, is go ahead, take your non-contact voltage meter if you have one, check and make sure that there's no power on here, just as an added measure of precaution. And there is not, so we're going to go ahead and snip these wires, and then we're going to go ahead and remove this bracket that's kind of secured here on these two screws. Now we've got all those wires snipped and that bracket removed. So what we've got is just two studs in here. So we're going to go ahead and remove these. If you can't get them out, just go ahead and take a pair of pliers. You want to unscrew them gently though, because you don't want to strip those threads that are in the actual junction box. So we're just going to go ahead, removing each one of these. Take your time, but if you need a little bit more force, use some pliers. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take these two wires out here. We've got our hot wire here. It's this black one. We're just going to unwire both of these wire nuts here and remove the existing light fixture wires. So let's go ahead, get that one removed here. We're taking off the neutral or the white wire. So we're going to get that existing wire removed, pull it out of there, make it a little bit easier to work on. And then all we've got left is our ground wire here. So you can, if you've got enough, you could just snip it right here, or you can take the wire off that's wrapped around there. So we'll just take this off, get it unwrapped. They had a nice little wrap around there, and get it removed. Now on the back of the new light fixture that we're installing, you can see there's this bracket here. That's how it's shipped. We need to remove that bracket, so we're just going to take these two little nuts off of here, and that will let us remove this bracket from the light fixture assembly. And then what we need to do is go ahead and install this bracket onto the junction box. Now you can see our junction box has 4 different holes. So for this particular bracket, what we're going to do is we're going to loosen it up here. There's a couple screws that hold it into position, and we're going to make this in like a cross shape. And then we're going to put it up here because that's going to be the easiest way for us to mount this particular light fixture. But all brackets are a little bit different, so just inspect yours and how it is going to mount so that you can get it properly installed. So we've got our bracket loosened up and kind of formed into position here. What we're going to do is just go ahead and place this. You want to put the wires to kind of like one side so you can get this installed. Now with our bracket in position, we're just going to secure it with the 2 screws that were provided in the bag. So we're just going to put one up there, and that's going to secure that to the junction box. So let's go ahead and tighten it down. Like to get it fairly tight, but not all the way in there. And then we're going to install the bottom screw. Now we've got that bottom screw at the bottom of the junction box, and we're going to go ahead and secure it. So we've got these 2 screws holding the bracket down secured. If you need to move it up or down, you can do that just a little bit. You see we've got some room up there at the top. We could move it up. And then you kind of want to make sure that you're going to be able to get this bracket in the center, rotate a little bit so that you can get the fixture leveled out here at the end, because these 2 screws need to be level like this. You can see that it looks like it's unlevel, but that's because the screws at the top of the bracket here and the bottom of the bracket over here. So you want to be able to move them a little bit to get it leveled out. So now what we need to do is we're going to go ahead, we're going to attach our ground wire right here. We're going to make a little loop. We're going to unsecure this so that we can wrap this around here. And then we're going to take the ground wire from the light fixture and wrap it around there as well so that the fixture is held up with those wires while we then wire up the other two that we've got, our neutral and our hot wire here. You can see we bent this into a little wire loop right here. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to secure that onto the ground wire terminal there. And then we're going to secure the light fixture ground wire to that as well and secure it down. Make sure that you wrap that ground wire around good enough that it's going to hold the light fixture. This one's pretty light, so not much to hold there, pretty easy to do. And then now you're going to make sure that you secure that ground terminal, just screw it in a little bit. Now we're ready to wire up the rest of the light fixture, so I'm just going to start with my neutral wire. We've got our white wire from the light fixture. We're going to wire it to the white neutral wire in the existing junction box from the existing light fixture. So now all we do is take our wire nut and we're just going to screw that on there. Make sure we get a good adhesion between those two wires and that you can feel it twisting together inside the wire nut. So I like to make sure we got a good twist there. So we have got that one secured. Now we're ready to wire up the two hot wires. So we've got our hot wire here from the existing outdoor light fixture and we're going to wire up the new hot wire from the new light fixture to that. So once again, all we're going to do is put those two together and we are going to go ahead and twist them together with the wire nut. Make sure we get good adhesion and that these will start to twist together and be nice and secure. So make sure you get a good wrap around there. Make sure that they are secure. They're not coming out there. So now we've got all the wires wired up for the outdoor light fixture that we have replaced. We just need to fold these wires back into the junction box. So take your time here. You might need to move things around just a little bit. Maybe you need to move that bracket a little bit and just kind of push those wires back in there. Be careful that you don't chafe anything or neither one of these wires falls out or anything like that. But go ahead and push them back in there. Get them into the junction box so that all you've got is just this little bit here. That's going to make it a little bit easier to mount. So now we're going to go ahead, we're going to take this replacement outdoor light fixture and we're going to put it on the bracket like so. And now all we've got are these two little nuts that we're going to use to secure that. So go ahead and we're going to secure that like so. And we're going to secure the other nut on here. Make sure it's nice and tight so this light fixture isn't going to wobble around in the wind. So we've got those both secured. Sometimes you can use some pliers if you need to. Make sure that you've got it level. And let's step back here a little bit. So now we've got two pieces left to this outdoor light fixture. This just slides on and then this is threaded right here and it's going to screw onto those threads. So I'm just going to put it inside like this and thread that in to get the outdoor light fixture secured. All right, so now we have the fixture installed. Let's go ahead, we're gonna put a light bulb in it and then let's restore the power. Let's screw in the light bulb. And now we're ready to restore the power at the circuit breaker for the new outdoor light fixture that we replaced. And that is very bright. We've got our new outdoor light fixture installation complete. And this light fixture is gonna put a lot of downlight on here, as you can see. So we've got a 100-watt bulb in there, but we could certainly go down to a 40 or a 60-watt bulb. And we just put a LED light bulb in there, so it's a 100-watt equivalent. It actually uses a lot less energy than that. And let's just do a comparison shot for what we had originally to what we've got now. And definitely looks a lot more updated than what we had there. And thank you for watching this video on how to replace an outdoor light fixture or how to install an outdoor light fixture. We hope you enjoyed this video. Please give us that thumbs up, subscribe, and if you want to support us, click any links below. Thank you.